be part of the mapping process. And then we'll also get into the entities and putting them onto the page. Okay. And then I'll show you how you should be linking to other pages, utilizing entities. Anchor text is a massive factor right now. Definitely utilize it, but we're going to use entities instead of LSI or the exact matches to go to other pages that are relevant. Okay. Should be doing this. So in any case, let's talk about the mapping page. All right. So you know what citations are, right? We have a page of find us on the web. Okay. Or perhaps you're going to build out a page that's going to be, a media page. Say you're getting, because remember this. Okay. Think about this. Okay. I want you to take a look at this. If you come over here to Google Maps, okay, take note of this. All right. Come in here to Google Maps. Let me show you something. All right. All right. When you come inside of here, okay, tips and tricks. Okay. I know it's Google. Why would they tell us anything? But come listen to me. Let me give this to you. Get an overview of maps. Okay. We got to get into their nonsense. This is not even what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. All right. Your data in maps. Is this where it's at? Local Google Maps tips prominence. All right, this is one of the terms that they like to use. How to improve your local rankings on Google. Okay, so this is the page. Now, I want you to take a look at this. These are the 3 most important according to Google. So take this with a grain of salt, mind you. Okay, but read this prominence. Prominence is rank. All right, like terminology is a funny thing, right? But here, take a look at this. So when we're talking about this, pay close attention to this. Some places are more prominent in the offline world, right? In the offline world, okay? And search results try to reflect this, okay? For example, famous museums, landmarks, hotels, well-known store brands are likely to be prominent in search results. Prominence is also based on information Google has about the business. Information it has about the business. Remember, prominence from across the web, like links. Okay, check. We all know about that. Citations, press releases, blah, 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 blah. But also articles. Something that I've seen masses, this is a separate tip. Something I've seen massive success with is creating awards, all right, for a business. Take, for instance, let's take my guy here, right? I'm just going to give you one example, but I do this for all the clients depending on budget, and it has to be done slow. Like, you can't just get out there and rush. Like, you could take care of all the minor stuff. Like, this guy had an SEO agency, take care of all the little stuff, but the stuff that actually gets you up to the top, which takes time, wasn't done, right? The legwork was done. The technical crap was done, but the stuff that moves the needle wasn't done. So here, let's take a look here. So let's just take a look here. Like, think of this. Like, let's just look up my guy here. We issue a release. All right. So award for Stephen Becker. Okay. Chiropractor. We're just taking this. Now, this is an authentic award. Okay. Now take a look at some of these. Now here's a fun one, right? I'll just show you one that's really fun. All right, so briefly just come into here, okay, and watch. All right, so here, take a look at this. So digital journal, okay. So we want to increase prominence, okay. Los Angeles chiropractor name voted top rated local SEO winner, right? So an award. What I'm getting at, that's just one. Now, there's tons of them. I'm not going to get into those, right? But come back to these, okay? Again, we're trying to increase prominence. The reason why I'm even showing this or telling you this is because this is perfect for your entity mapping, right? So not only are we going to build the citations, not only are we going to build the social, but we're also going to build press. Remember, offline businesses are more prominent. People that people actually know about, real businesses where people are getting rewards, people that are in the council, people that are getting like actually in the community show more prominence in search. I know they give you the examples of junk and crap in hotels and whatever in museums, but no. Think of this. When we had a travel club, we dropped 20,000 mail pieces inside of a particular area, right? If you know anything about dropping mail pieces and having business, you drop the mail, people start looking, people start buzzing, you shoot straight up, right? If you've ever done this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Offline digital media moves the needle online. Always. As long as you're getting some stuff online. Like people are looking for you, there's searches, there's stuff, there's an influx of people. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you can build your own press, you can build your own awards, you can build your own prominence, okay? And it's laid out for you here. Please read this. I just want to point that out to you, okay? Now, these are things that need to be mapped in here, but I'm not doing that right now. There's other stuff that I have to do. I haven't been able to successfully increase the brand traffic yet. Once I do and I can keep building stuff, then we'll be able to move up. I'm thinking it's going to be a 90-day window. Working on it for 3 weeks. We went from 11 to 7. We're not talking about moving from page 8 to page 1. That's easy. But when you start talking about moving from, you know, number 9, position 11 up to 1, that's a whole new ball game, right? So in any case, and that's the difference. You know, anybody that knows how to put in title tags and H1s and build a backlink and citations could probably get you to top of page 2, bottom of page 1. But it takes persistent knowledge and skill to get to the top, especially for a high competition niche. So please read this over. I just want to point that out for you. I think it could help you. But let's get back to our example here, our drawing. And my diagrams are probably one of the best by far, right? If anybody have seen my drawings. But in any case, we're not going to talk about my art skills here. But what I want to point out to you is this. So how this will lay out, and I have a physical example. Again, we'll go through live. If you have questions, feel free to ask. But we're online, okay? Let's just say we have our, I don't know, Yelp, Monta, Foursquare, okay? Our Facebook page, that's a citation, okay? Our Twitter, okay, that can be a citation. If it lists your name, address, phone number, it's considered a digital reference, okay? Whether it's structured or unstructured are two different things, okay? And irrelevant things. But let's keep going down the list, okay? So we talked, I think I did Foursquare, but we'll say Foursquare again, Monta, MapQuest, Yelp. You get the picture, right? Our Apple Maps, okay? Our Bing Places, okay? Any other listing. Now, we have these listings, okay? All of these listings are mapped, all right, let's do that in green, are mapped to the website, okay? On those listings, those digital references, citations are increasing prominence, right? They're also linking over and they're talking about specific keywords and listing descriptions and giving more relevance, contextual relevance, right? Right. So with that being said, why wouldn't I want to showcase and to push out and say, hey, find us on the web. We're a prominent business. We're a real business. Go check us out. Read our reviews. Go read about awards we've won. Go see articles about us. Why don't you go check out magazines that we've been in, places we've been featured, our social media profiles, right? You probably already do this to a degree, but without thinking, like you'll just, you know, maybe link out to your Facebook, link out to your Pinterest, link out to this, right? Simple things, but really take the time, develop a page, right? For linking to things that can increase prominence. Now there's a reason. So when we create these entities or create these properties and we start pointing them in, okay? Okay, now think. We're also on that page. We want to be able to help people find facts about our business because we're a real business, right? So in order to do this, or one way to do this, or a way to map the entity, we literally want to put anchor text or create a link back to these properties. So again, let's go ahead and do that in purple, or better yet, let's do it in this rainbow color. So this can be Facebook, okay? Again, we talked about these are links coming in from citations, they could be news articles, whatever. I'm just doing this as a diagram. So again, we have that one. This is a link, okay? This could be MapQuest, okay? This one could be Bing Places, okay? BP, all right? This one here could be Apple, okay? But you get the point. Now, this is where a lot of the magic happens. Because if you single out only the best, or single out ones that are do follow, or single out ones that are actually getting traffic, there's a lot of things that you can do with this now. Because please note, on this page, you also want to pay very close attention to your top services and the top locations that you perform in. Why? Because if we can beef up the internal links, okay, going to pages of prominence within our website, the services that matter the most to us, the locations that matter the most to us, our most profitable services and most profitable locations. That's what it boils down to. The reason why we'd want to do this is because this is a prime link magnet page. Not only is it good for entity mapping, but not only is it good for the user, but it's also good for our overall site health. And the reason is because if we focus on do follows and things that are prominent, we can now build our tier 2. Okay, we can start building links to these properties, okay, to increase the power, to increase even more. Because again, if we're going to go out and do a tier 2, especially if we're doing it more of a gray hat technique, right? Or we're doing it at scale, then we're able to start. I would focus on blog comments. I'd focus on these wiki pages. I'd be focusing, it's tier 2. Who cares? No one's going to see it. Our forward-facing links are high quality, right? These are foundational links. This is, of course, tier 1. This is stuff I want to show to my competitors, Google, and anybody that wants to see what I'm doing. But they don't see the other layers. They don't see what's mapped to it unless they're going looking and digging. But Google does, right? Google does. And so you can look at it in Majestic if you want. But honestly, who's going to take the time other than a top competitor? And they're like, oh, and if they're willing to do that, or if they know to do that, then they're already doing the technique, right? So with that being said, if we can send in quantity, focusing on unstructured citations, other digital references in order to power up our structured citations and other mentions, we can increase the prominence on this page, which is also internally linked heavily to all of our other most prominent pages. So this is entity mapping. Now let's start getting into finite details, okay? Now, let's see if you have any questions about that. Sorry. You guys have any questions related to that? I need a drink. How can you fix LCP? I wouldn't worry about it. Generally, those types of issues are often solved by, I don't know if you're using WordPress or a theme, but fixing the theme and getting up on a quality host. Hosting takes care of a lot of speed issues. Don't worry about those particular metrics. Take a look at your top competitor. Are you faster than them? Is your server response time faster? That's it. That's what I would be worrying about, in my opinion. Are you just as fast or faster? A lot of times, though, with a quality theme, okay, not using a lot of animation, not using a lot of junk on the page, with a quality host, you can generally take care of a lot of these ailments. And really, the metric wouldn't be those 3 little blocks in GT metrics. What I'd truly be looking at is the say time to first byte, or the server response time, right? How fast is the server? How fast do they actually get to see the page? That's what I'd be concerned with, primarily within mobile. All right. Hey Chris, how am I doing? I'm doing great. Hopefully you're doing well as also. Ray says, hey Chris, hello to you. Hey buddy, hey Michael, good to see you, brother. Can I fix it? All right, y'all show some love and like this video. I hope that you do. And then MD Mazaron says, hello Chris. Hello to you. So let's go ahead and show a live example of this in order. And hats off to these guys. I mean, this is something that I usually do. Hats off to whoever did it before me. They missed a lot of stuff. And I'm really just focusing on the stuff that can help. So, all right. So first and foremost, let's talk about the entities. So I just wanted to get them in here. I don't want to necessarily show them. I thought that this was gray, but it's not gray. So what we're concerned with here is we're going to be talking about co-occurring keywords, okay, and also entities. Now for this particular phrase, for our big primary keyword or our primary keyword, where it's going to be at, these are the main entities based on the top competitors. Okay, these are the other entities. So in order to map these, what we want to do is we really want to map these with anchor text to other internal pages. Okay. It's really that simple. I mean, a lot of times just by getting them on the page, we can see an increase of a couple spots. So what we've been working on is trust factors. So these are trust signals down in here. Now we're going to do entity mapping and entity relationship building. I want to take care of this. And then, of course, we've been working on some of the schema. If you take a look over here with the schema, I see that, you know, the others packed in questions, which the SERP only showcases so many, and they did them site-wide, which was mind-blowing to me. I wouldn't have did this. And I definitely wouldn't have did it site-wide, and I definitely would have done more work than 3 because it doesn't produce a result. As far as schema is concerned, generally we just want to get in the where the enhancement is, right? We want to take up more space in the SERP. Okay, so we don't generally want to get this in here because this isn't going to necessarily help us in all cases. With that being said, too, aggregate rating. Be mindful with aggregate rating. Again, this shouldn't be site-wide. I didn't fix this yet, but I will. You know, aggregate rating and review ratings need to be on pages that are only based for reviews. Okay, this is the review page or the testimonial page. That's where these are showcased. A lot of times you'll see SEOs trying to get those stars to pop, but in a lot of cases, that's not the way to do it. I'll give you a quick hint. If you actually want to get them to pop, whoever did this, right? If you see this video, if you are going to break the rules, what I would utilize is product schema. So if we utilize product and the service, the primary service that we're utilizing for the product, okay, if we utilize the product review schema, it'll actually pop in SERPs where you're trying to get it to pop where others aren't, okay? So there's a hint for you. So let's come on over here. So what we did is we went ahead and we took out the primary entities. And if you scroll down here, I could show you some of them. So what we're doing is we are associating the entities, so other known entities on the web, and we want to put them within the metadata. We want to start making those associations. So what we did is we went into here. We added our publisher coming into the homepage, also author. And then on top of that, if you take a look here, we're naming the page. We're putting in our headline, so our primaries basically, naming in the URL. And then what we did is we went inside of here and we named our entities, okay? Also mentions on the web, all right? So this is easily accomplished. It can be easily accomplished, okay? So this helps along with entity relationship building. Just so you know, you want to make sure you're matching a lot of this within the schema, okay, or schema, however you say it, okay? I say schema. I've heard people say schema. What's the proper term? I don't know. I pushed the button on Google. You know how like you could put the word in and then it'll talk to you? I've done that before. It sounded like schema to me. It was like schema. I'm sure you guys have done it too. In any case, let's go ahead and start working on this. I know. It's not the most fun thing, but if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in here, but we got to take care of the doc here. We'll take care of the doc here. I want to get these small little tweaks in place. I want to take care of these small little tweaks before we start moving on, right? When I first got to the page, we were utilizing Page Optimizer. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Page Optimizer. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. When we got to this page, I don't still have the original, but when I first got to this page, it was scoring a resounding 52, and we got it up to 100 here. Okay, so I want to take care of these pieces. I just did a run here on the 11th. It's the 20th. We could probably do another run. Optimization, there's still a few more tweaks, but I want to make sure I get the entities on the page. Okay, so again, you can utilize this tool for pulling out entities. All right, and what this tool uses is the Google NLP API, I believe, and then it'll just go pull all of them. Okay, What I utilized for my list was a tool called Text Razor. Okay, Text Razor. Now you can go to Fiverr just like I did and have somebody build you a script. Okay, but here's Text Razor, and they also have a demo so you can check it out. It's an awesome tool. I highly recommend it. You can sign up, feel free. Make sure you get in here. I just want to show you the demo. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what it'll do is you can come inside of here. I highly recommend coming inside of here, and all you're looking for is you put this inside of English and then come in here and grab these entities. Okay, also grab topics too. Okay, just to put you onto a new tool. This tool's quote unquote fire, right, or whatever the slang is. I think it's an excellent tool. Okay, so that's how I grabbed these, and this is how I came to these conclusions. Okay, now let's start some of this work. So what we're going to be focusing on here is building out the entities and the most commonly used terminology, but really what we want to focus on is building up our building up our anchor text. Sorry, slipped in my mind. All right. I know, Chris, why don't you outsource this to a VA? I don't outsource at all. And plus I got to make content, right? I get messages and people are like, why are you, because people, I think it's good to show. Plus I don't like getting rusty, you know? And this kind of stuff, like generally, like for me, the VAs, I give them a couple pieces. I don't give anybody the whole blueprint ever. Like not workers, right? Not helpers, I should say. Okay. So the girl that I work with that does phenomenal work with me, she's not onto this yet. Maybe one day, depending on what we're doing, we will. All right. So I don't mind showing this. This guy's pretty cool. He knows what's up. And he gave me the green light, so that's what we'll do. Alrighty. So we're gonna wait for this builder. This builder is pretty cool. I like this builder a lot more than Elementor, hands down. You know, I know a lot of people like Elementor, but not for me. I actually was very pleased to come in here and find this. Again, this is my honest opinion. I'm not a big fan of rank math. When I check in with the doc, I'm gonna try to convince him to splurge the $40 and get SEO press. But for the time being, as I'm cleaning up, we're gonna focus on more impactful tasks, right? All right. Okay, so let's get inside of here. All right, now what we're gonna do though real quick here is we're gonna come inside of here and we're going to get a tool called Screaming Frog. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. Maybe you have. I'm sure you have. If you do SEO, you probably might even have it on your system. So this is a cool tool. I just use the free version because it's free. And what it'll do is it will give me all the URLs. Now I had a report, but I must have erased it because I don't know, I get like that sometimes. I just get like fed up with the clutter on my desktop and I just clean everything off. So sometimes I have to pay for these lacks of better judgment. All right, so where is it? Come on, here we go. Where are you? MNOP Screaming Frog. Okay. Do I recommend it? It's a good tool. I didn't pay for it. You know, it's complimentary. Would I use it if it wasn't free? No. No, I would not. No, I would not. But it is a cool tool. All right, so let's come over to, okay. So wait, I thought it would show me like, no, okay. All right. So with that being said, I'm not the pro, right, at this particular tool, but I know how to get it to give me what I need. Um, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and let that run. All right, so these are our top level pages. See, and this is another thing that I really disliked about this particular website. I am not a fan of the structure at all. Yeah, okay. This There's multiple repeats of the same keywords. Like literally the same. Like I changed one of them to a near me because that's a big term for us, and then we started moving up for near me. But if you take a look inside of here, let's go to URL. All right, so we should go to our top level. So we have these hash. This is interesting. What's this over here? Canonical link. Okay, just wondering. URL encoded address. Okay. Indexability. Okay. Status 200. Okie doke. So we have that one. So here's West Los Angeles. First time pages, and then West Los Angeles chiropractor. So yeah, don't like that. Treatment. I mean, it's a local business that operates in one location. Like, why would you put location based pages in a top level menu when your site is based in one city? Like, who does that? Why would you fight against yourself? That's mind blowing to me. Optimize for the head term and you'll bring in the location pages, especially when the business only operates in one location. You know what I mean? This is just my humble opinion, though. What do I know? So I wasn't a fan of the structure. I'm just taking a look at this. I'm waiting for the load to stop. All right. So we have our pages here. I'm assuming that these are our top pages, these 9 pages here. Are these hidden? Let me see here. All right, so I put 73. What's this one? This one's got 127. What's this? Okay. So I really like these long titles. That makes me happy. That's always happy. I always like to see that. Okay. All right, so I think it's done. Is it done? I feel like it's done. 200 pages. I thought there was 300. Where are they? Where are they? No? Okay. All right. So let me take a look at this here quick. So these are tag pages. Okay, don't care about those. Is there a way, again, I'm not the pro here at this tool. I'm not really sure how this sucker works that well. All right, testimonial. So these look like top pages. Okay, so here's all my services. Okay, I got you now. Okay, this is all coming together now. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, let me go take a look at something here quick. That's not what I want. All right, I guess it doesn't really matter. What I really want to do though is get them into here. So sciatica, back treatment. Okay. So do you have these here? So back, and then this. All right, so let me get these. Okay, so those are my main pages on top of there. Yeah, but then if I put those in there, then I'm gonna have to change them when I kill those pages. Damn it. It's gonna be too much work. I need to be able to get internals over to those pages. All right, I guess we'll just have to do it the long way. That's fine. What I'm concerned with are these pages that are in here. All right, so let's get rid of all this stuff. We'll just do it this way. I was hoping that that would do it for me a lot easier, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So let's just do it this way. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And 10. Now, what's another good page here? Chiropractic Care, Los Angeles. No. This one's Meet the Team, Stephen Becker West. Okay, no. All right, this one here is West Los Angeles Chiropractor. Okay, so that should be moved over. Where's the... That's mind-blowing. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. And then we'll open up this one. Okay, now let's start with this page. Copy. Okay, let's bring it down in here. Man, I really wish they didn't do this. Like, why can't you just be sciatica treatment? Like, why? This is crazy, dude. Why? All right, let's check something here. That just drives me friggin' bananas. Okay, let me take a look at something here quick. Come over to here. Let me take a look at this. So let's go see if these pages have traffic on them. Because if you want to win, like, we'll have the West Los Angeles page. Like, we're starting to pick up here. Thank God. Super flat. I'm glad we could get on here. It's probably August, September. This is right when at the end of September is right when like right at the beginning. So how long has it been? It's been 3 weeks. Okay, so that's good. Okay, we're starting to get a small lift here. All right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for traffic pages. Okay, traffic pages. Where are you? Top organic keywords. No, that's not what I need. Where's my top pages at? We're gonna do the rest of the work, but I gotta fix this. It's just gonna drive me completely insane, and it's not the best for the client. It just shouldn't be like this. Traffic organic keyword. Where the hell's the page at? Where's my top pages at? Shouldn't it be here? I feel like it should be here. Top anchors, index pages, top anchors, referring domains. Where's the top pages at? What the heck? Should be up here. Top organic keywords? No. Where's my pages at? Growth report? Nah. That's not what I need here. Alright, maybe I'm missing it here. Well, let's just do it this way. Okie dokie, artichokey. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so so I could pretty much do whatever I need to do. All right. Okay. So I would just make those service pages. They're not even doing anything for you. They're all West Los Angeles. That's crazy. That's not smart. It's not what I would have did. All right, are all these West? No. Okay, get rid of that one. So, like, all right, get rid of that one. We could keep that one. Okay. How many of these are? So this one's worthless. Okay, this one's worthless. This one's worthless. Dude, almost every single page. Jesus. Unacceptable. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we dwindled down to 6. So your top, I'm hoping that neck pain treatment and this pulsed electromagnetic and whatever this is and tailbone are your best services. And then you have your West panel. I'm gonna have to talk to the doctor about that. All right. So I think you should ditch those, make those service-based pages, and then if you want to target other areas, make the location pages or make town pages, and we'll make them orphan pages, and then we'll link them down in the footer. I mean, I don't understand why. All right, in any case, let's take a look at this. All right, so let's go to our testimonials, videos, testimonials. Oh, please let this be testimonials. Location-based testimonial page. Genius. All right, this is cool. What do you got? Chiropractic news information. Okay, that's cool. I like that. New patient. What's up with this? What do you got going on in here? Has this got any content on it? No. Filler content. Okay, so nothing. And then you have that. Okay, what's down in here? What you got going on in here? So are these orphans? Chiropractic adjustment and posture. Chiropractor adjustment and posture. Okay, so what's up with these? Okay. Okay. And then what? Are these clean? Okay, so that's clean. So get pain. Okay, so these are clean. What I'm doing is I'm looking for pages to internally link to. I just want to pass some juice internally. And I'm looking for going to relevant pages. So I need to get my list of relevant pages. All right, because I want to create anchor text based on entities and co-occurring keywords, which I put inside of an accordion to hide from the naked eye, right? But I want to spice up the homepage. All right, so I think we have enough here in order to accomplish what we're after. Let me come back down here. What else do you got? Oh, the find across. Yeah. Let me get that. Okay, find across the web. Okay. So this is our main entity page. This was slick. This is a good idea. This is what I do. And I really like it. Now, do you have two variations? Find us on the web? No. Okay, so it's listed twice. So that's interesting. Very intriguing. Okay. Okay. And then is there a map on this page? Where's the map at? Let me take a look here. Okay, so you have this. Okay. And then what's up with that map? I guess we'll take a look at that in a minute. All right. All right, so let's run this. All right, chiropractic, that's easy. We're going to go homepage on that. Right? So we know we're going to run homepage on that one. Paste and run. Los Angeles. Okay. All right. We're increasing anchor text on the page for the most relevant terms for the business that are co-occurring and entity. Why? Because anchor text is one of the strongest on-page factors. One of. Like, it's like almost like title tag, H1, header, footer, body, A-tags. Perhaps in that order. But it's up there. It's up there. It's a very strong signal, very strong factor. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. All right, we're gonna go copy. We're gonna bring this over here. We're gonna create this link. We're gonna paste it in there. Done. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna go to neck pain, copy, neck pain, neck pain. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna click on this. We're gonna click on this and go here. Okay. Next is California. So we already know what we're going to do there. We're going to make that a capital CA, and then we might even write California. Yep. Why not? Why wouldn't we? All right. And then what we want to put on this page is going to be the home. Okay. All right. Copy. Okay. We're going to go here. We're going to go here, go here, go here. Okay, so pain. All right, pain. We're looking for pain. We're looking for pain. Come on now. I know you got one in here. Patient. No. Okay. Get relief from pain. Okay, perfect. All right, copy. Okay, bring that down here. Click on this, and then this, and then this, and then that. All right, again, if you have any questions, feel free. Go ahead and ask. Be happy to help you. Chiropractics. All right, so let's find the good page. Nope, not that one. This one here. This actually gets some traffic and it has some links coming to it. So he needs to have an actual contact page that says contact. It has to be in there. Um, I'm not sure why. I mean, I understand why, but I don't know why you wouldn't have a contact page. I understand the putting that in there. Putting in a keyword. I understand because you want your navigation to contain the keywords that you're targeting, but you don't need them multiple times. Just once is fine. All right. I like that was a thought though. Like that was what you were trying, that the person was trying to accomplish, but it was almost overboard and non-relevant for what we were trying to do. All right, first time patients. All right, so this is spine. All right, we're looking for the word spine, 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 spine. We're looking for the word spine. Come on, you got to have something talking about a spine. It's an entity word. I would think no, nothing for spine. Okay, what's this? Adjustment, posture. Okay, we'll go for that. Posture. That's kind of relevant. Okay, go here, go here, go here. Okay, patience. Perfect. Got a patience page. Okay, we're going to click this, copy this, go here, and then here. All right, we're sending them to relevant pages on the website. Now, you would want to scatter these and make this cleaner. I'm hiding it and just including it all in one shot. Why? Because it's just easier, right? You would generally want to scatter this. You might have a sidebar going to the relevant pages. As far as speed to implement something that needs to be done and make it easy, make it clean, nobody will notice. You know what I mean? It flows good. Like, this is one of the fastest way. I do the same thing for internal links. It's just easier for me, right? Especially if I'm going to do it, I'm looking for the path of least resistance, right? All right, so what we got here? What's the word? Clinic. Okay, we probably are going to go to clinic. All right, so chiropractic. All right, so let's get this on here and link to it. Okay. Clinic, that's a good one. All right, feedback. Again, we're going to hit it with the same one. All right, back pain. So we got neck. The neck bone's connected to the backbone. Facebook, 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 Facebook. All right. Actually, no, we're good on that one. I have that on the page like 2 times already. This is like work. All right, therapy. Need to get some A's on the page here. Okay. All right, neck pain. I know this is a tedious practice, but go grab the entities, create a boatload of anchor text containing the most relevant words, give it a few days, and tell me how it worked out for you. I'm sure you'll be happily surprised. Right? What is that? Radicaler? Radicaler. 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 Okay. We'll just go to this one here. Right? It makes sense to me. And we'll just add one more too. Put it here. Okay. Pulsed, radicular, tailbone. Tailbone, tailbone. It's a strange word. Oh, Cairo. Okay, I like that. Treatment. Here we go. Uh-huh. The internet. Injury, Yelp. Okay. Injury. That's funny. Mystery shoppers. I don't know about that one. It seems a little strange, you know. Muscles. That makes sense to me. Fibromyalgia. All right, give me the find us on the web, and then what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and grab this. Okay. Grab this. So this is a relevant street. I'm assuming that a lead competitor's on there. I'm not really sure. TMJ. I'm looking for anything containing. Okay, the internet. Okay. And then I feel like there should be one more. No? Is that good? Are we good here? I thought I saw something else. I think we're good there. Okay. So we got this one clear. All right, neck pain, pulsed, regular. Okay, so let's do this one here. So this contains what? Los Angeles and chiropractor. Okay. So chiropractor practice. Okay, this is good. Okay. So now we've gotten all our entities on the page. Okay. Chiro. Perfect. Okay, let's make that an entity. Injuries. Yep. There we go. Okay, manipulation. Yep. Let's add that. Okay. All right, lower back pain. Yep. He definitely does that in that location. Yep. All right, this one here. Yep. This one too. Sure, why not? Uh-huh. Okay. Let me take a look here. Oh, so here's the news page. Ooh, I like this. This is good. This is good. All right, let's come on over here. Let's do, all right. All righty. I'll make sure not to